Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Welcome to day 10 of Ramadan. This is the second Friday. And remember, there is an hour on the day of Friday, which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked us to make dua, because dua in this hour is not rejected. And one of the opinions is it is the hour before Maghrib, and we are in that hour. So today we will do a very powerful dua. Some of it, at least the beginning, I think many of you may have heard. But I will do the full dua. And this is occurring in many books of hadith, specifically in Sunan Abu Dawud, as well as Jami at-Tirmidhi. And it's also in Hisnul Muslim, Fortress of the Muslim, one of the books that I would recommend highly. So this is a dua that talks about protection before you step out of your home, before you step out and go to your morning routine, before you even have your morning coffee. How do you put your entire trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And this is the practice of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He understood the importance of placing the trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And every time he walked out the door, he would look up at the sky and make this dua. And there are 4 protections that he is going to be asking for specifically in this dua. So dua begins with a simple beginning that is known to many of you. Bismillah tawakkaltu alallah. O Allah, in your name, I place my trust in you. Bismillah, in the name of Allah, tawakkaltu alallah, I place my trust in Allah. Allahumma, inni bika. And here you will see 4 pairs. He is going to ask protection from 4 pairs. Pay attention to these 4 pairs. There is a rhythm to it, there is a beauty to it, and there is a comprehensiveness to it. Allahumma inni bika an adhilla udhalla. From straying from the right path or being strayed from the right path. Azilla azalla. From slipping or from being made to slip. Azlima uzlama. From wronging others or being wronged myself. Ajhala yujhala alayya. From acting in ignorance or somebody else acting in ignorance against me. So it is a complete dua. Salama radhiyallahu anha said, never did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam leave my house without looking towards the heavens and supplicating with this dua every single time. We all know Bismillah, in the name of Allah, which is a declaration of origin. Everything I'm about to do, I begin with His name. Tawakkaltu alallah, I put my complete trust in Allah. Before the door is even open, the matter is already in Allah's hands. This is tawakkul in action. And together, these 2 phrases, Bismillahi, tawakkaltu alallah, they are the foundation on which the 4 refuges will be built on. So you will see 4 pairs come after this. What are the 4 pairs? The first pair is an adhilla udhalla. That I stray myself through my own choice, that I make the wrong decision through my own desires, through my own ego, through my own reasoning, leading off the right path. So in other words, you're asking for protection from active misguidance originating from within me. Uzalla or udhalla is that I be led astray. It's a passive form. So you will see those 2 words, adhilla, udhalla. One is active voice, one is passive voice. The second one, udhalla, means I'm being led astray by somebody else. And this influence is outside of me. Adhilla was the influence originated from me. I'm making the choice. Udhalla is somebody else is influencing me off the right path. Perhaps a deceptive friend. Perhaps an argument that is manipulative. Perhaps it is shaitan whispering to me. So here the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is asking refuge from both directions of the same danger, from being misguided, either from within or from outside influence, either through your own nafs or through influence outside. And it's a very comprehensive way of looking at misguidance. The second pair, azilla, uzalla. Similarly, active voice, passive voice. Azilla means either I slip or lose footing. It is not the same as adhilla. The difference is straying from the right path is a direction, is a deliberate choice. Slipping is an unintended stumble, which means it is something that I didn't plan to do. It happened. I slipped. It's a sin that you didn't plan to commit. There's a moment of weakness that came and you committed that. So that word evokes someone who was walking firmly, who wasn't misguided, but simply lost their footing on a difficult ground, maybe in a questionable scenario that they happen to be in. Uzalla is the same thing, but this time by an external force. Someone who trips you deliberately. A situation that was engineered to make you fall. A temptation placed strategically on your path, so you may slip, perhaps. So straying is about direction and destination. That was the first pair. The second pair, slipping, is about a single moment, which is not intentional. And so the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is asking for protection from both the big deviation, the planned deviation or the planned misguidance, and the small stumble. Now we come to the third pair, azlima, uzlama. And it comes from the same root word, zulm. That I wrong someone, I commit zulm or injustice against somebody. Take what is not mine, harm somebody else, violate somebody's rights, to oppress somebody. Or that I be oppressed, that someone else takes my rights. So this pair is very powerful, because here the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is saying, also be careful about not committing zulm against others. Think about that. The Prophet himself, the best human being, the most guided human being, he sought protection from Allah from not committing an oppression or injustice against someone. Where does that leave you and me? And the fourth pair, ajhala, yujhala alayya. That I act in ignorance. You're asking protection from Allah that I not be misguided and act foolishly or impulsively or rashly without wisdom or knowledge. Or somebody else treats me foolishly with disrespect, with rashness, with cruelty, born out of ignorance. Alayya means upon me. So you can see the same active and passive. And this was the regular practice of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When he would leave his home, he would look up at the heavens and make this dua. It takes 20 seconds, 25 seconds. Very powerful protection. And it was his unbroken, consistent habit, which is a sunnah that we should follow in our lives. All of us are walking into dangers of all kinds. And sometimes we forget that we ask for protection sometimes for being harmed, but we could be harming others as well. And that is why this dua is so comprehensive. You're not just asking for protection from being harmed, but also you harming others. Every dimension of moral and social harm a person can face in the world is covered in this dua. It could be directional misguidance. It could be momentary slippage, a momentary slip. It could be relational injustice. It could be intellectual ignorance. So think about it this way. Azilla is I stray. Uzalla, I am misled. What are the two things? What I do and what is done to me. Azilla, I slip. Uzalla, I was made to slip. Azlima, I wronged somebody. Uzlama, somebody wronged me. Ajhala, I acted foolishly. Yujhala alayya, somebody acted with foolishness towards me. And so the Prophet ﷺ was equally worried about not just the harm coming to him, but also the harm that he might be causing to the world around him. When was the last time you asked Allah to protect people from you? Think about it. Probably never. To protect people from your misguidance, from your carelessness, from your potential for injustice. When did you seek protection from becoming the source of the harm rather than the recipient? So, I'm going to conclude by leaving you with some practical tips. First, follow the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. It is full of wisdom. It is full of smartness and intelligence. A Prophet ﷺ was a very, very smart and intelligent human being, and Allah had blessed him with intelligence. He made this dua every single time before he left the house. Do it before you go to Taraweeh. Do it before you go to any gathering, maybe an iftar gathering, or maybe a post-Taraweeh gathering. Every outing, make this dua. And use these prayers as your daily accountability check. Did I wrong somebody today? Ask yourself in the night. Or was I wronged today without responding properly? Because this dua is asking for protection from both. Not just being wrong, but also me wronging somebody else. And use this as a filter before speaking or posting something. Before you send a message, give an opinion, make a decision. Pause and ask yourself, am I about to act from jahl or foolishness? Am I acting out of emotion rather than knowledge and ilm? Do I have enough information to say this? The dua asks protection from ajhala, acting foolishly, which in today's words includes the rash comment, the impulsive response, the unfounded accusation. So let this dua slow you down. And lastly, teach it to your kids. Before they leave home, this is a very powerful dua that asks for protection from Allah directly. So with that, we will stop here. Tomorrow, we will resume with another beautiful and comprehensive dua from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum.